I take NAD, which has been a nice game changer in terms of like energy production. I did the Battle of the Bars in Wingate. It was me versus this kid from Jersey. I fractured my right elbow. You can see this is as much as my right arm open. I fell off at calisthenics. I'm gonna say I fell off from 2016. I would say I fell off of because when I say fall off, I mean before that I was all straight calisthenics, right? I used to only go to the park winter, summer, no matter what. I would like I said, I was anti gym, anti everything. But then I eventually started training in the gym in the winter time just because again I wanted to be more comfortable with my calisthenics and I wanted to train in warm conditions. But I also gravitated into more a little bit of weightlifting because, like I said, my mentality at the time, I get bored of doing one thing forever. Like it's always been my thing. Like I always want to find new shit to spark the interest. So I started there. So I would say around like maybe after I started linking with good money, maybe like around like 2022 to 2024, 20. Yeah, I would say from 2022 to 2024. I went from being like an 80% calisthenic, 20% weightlifter to like a 80% weightlifter, 20% calisthenics, because that's just where my mind took me and that's just where my interest was at the time. And that honestly, it kind of fucked me and it kind of fucked me up a little bit in terms of I gained weight, I got sloppy with shit. Um, I still put out content, I still trained, I still put out, hybrid, a lot of hybrid routines, but my focus and my passion for the calisthenics kind of fell off. And what really sparked it was seeing all the new heads, like, and what I was getting at, like, you would have met me in 2016, bro. I swear to you, I don't think there was one person in New York who would have fucked with me. Like, I remember pulling up, I want to say 2018 to Boss Life's competition. This was like, all right, so I want to say maybe that's around 2018. Boss Life had a competition in Jersey, and I remember pulling up, and I'm like, damn, I'm gonna smoke all these dudes. But I was already on like backing off of calisthenics, not putting the full throttle anymore, right? And the only person I remember pulling up and I seen was Eric Rivera, fitness phenom. And I'm like, damn, if anyone's gonna give me a run for my money, it's gonna be him. And I didn't do good that competition. Remember, I always thought like no matter what, no one's fucking with me. So I didn't even train for the comp. I didn't even know what the comp was. And when I went there, it's like, all right, it's 1 minute pull-ups, 30-second break, 1 minute dips, 30-second breaks, 1 minute push-ups, and whatever it was. And like my endurance was just not fucking there. I'm like, damn. And that kind of like almost like demotivated me a little bit. And I'm like, all right, maybe I'm gonna just focus more on the weights for a little bit. But come 2016, like the clips you see on my IG, if you look at the clips you see on my IG today that I put on my story today, not the first one, that was 2013, like the one from 2015 and 2015 where I'm doing the levers in the morning in my house at fucking 6 in the morning and then going to the park in the snow, training in the snow. You would have pulled up to me. I don't think there was one person who would have beat me in anything unless you were Zeph. I think I would have smoked anybody, I think. And that's the confidence I had back then because that's how on it I was. And now, like, and when I see these dudes, I'm like, you guys are nowhere even near as good as I was back then. Like, and like a lot of these guys are just reps. Bro, I was doing front levers, I was doing handstands, I was doing planches, and my reps were fucking through the roof. Like my endurance was fucking through the roof. And I was smoking weed every fucking day, 8 blunts a day back then. And I was still had the confidence that nobody would have fucked with me back then. But like I said, then that competition 2018 was kind of like an ego check, and I'm like, all right, no doubt. So let me just fall back. I'm still gonna train calisthenics as my passion always, but let me focus a little bit more on the weightlifting and everything. And even like when 2020 came, when I was linking up with good money, like, and I was on the rings, I was super. That's what I'm saying. I was so diverse with calisthenics. My ring game was fucking through. I was so nice on the rings. No one, I didn't know anybody that was nicer than me on the rings, unless you were a gymnast. And no, I'm not even talking like even Zeph probably couldn't fuck with me on the rings. I was nice. And if you watch my old videos with Good Money, I have mad ring video demonstrations up. And like I said though, it was more so like just interest, right? My interests are all over the place at times. So I was like, all right, let me fall back on this and focus more on this. And like right now, though, I would say my passion for calisthenics. So the last competition I did was in 2023. And I competed in the one rep max competition, which was the street. You heard of USA Street Lifting, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that was their first American competition. It was held in Brooklyn in Ferox. And you know Matthew Zlat, the
No.
Russian dude. He's the
Yeah,
strongest
yeah,
puller and strongest dipper in the world,
yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah. I have heard of him. Yeah,
I
yeah.
hired him in September of 2022 to coach me for the competition. So he coached me for 7 months. I got my so I got my dip up at that point to 200 pounds, which wasn't even my heaviest ever. My heaviest dip ever was at another black. I competed a lot in the old days. Like I said, I competed in almost all the comps back in the day, from like 2012 to 2015. And in a black ninja competition, another one that he held, it was a weighted one. I dipped 230, and that's when
Mm.
I want. That's when it was fucking no standards, no form standards. But I dipped 230 pounds that day, and in competition at the street lifting, I only dipped 200, right? But also, I was heavy. So on that competition day, I was supposed to weigh in as a middleweight, under 175. But I always struggled to gain weight. I was always struggling to put mass on. And when I was working with Matthews Lat, I went from like 160 in September to like 176 on competition day. And it was just like, I didn't give a fuck. I lost the definition. I was a little more body fat, but it was like, damn, there's the size that I always wanted to put on, right? But I was supposed to weigh in as a middleweight. Middleweight, I would have came in second place in the competition in the middle. I ended up coming in third place though for heavyweights. I got the third place I got the place certification.
Because of
But
that
I
one
think
pound. Because of that 1 pound of body weight.
1 pound of body weight moved me up to the heavyweights, and I was competing with Brooklyn Tanks category. That guy Los, and I still hit third in I think it was the dip that I came in third in. It was definitely the dips that I came in third in. Which if I was in the middleweights, I would have came in second overall. I would have came in second for pull and dip on that day. But my body weight was again fucking me up. I had too much body fat on me also, which was weighing me down. So and then after that competition, I got so even before actually before that competition happened, I got a fucking so I fractured my right elbow. You can see this is as much as my right arm opens. It might look straight, but it's not. Like my left arm is fucking straight.
Mm-hmm.
My right arm, I fucking fractured this shit snowboarding, and I don't want.
Okay.
I refuse getting to. I refuse to get surgery on it. And after that competition, like I had a lot of pain and oh, that's fucking no. So before the 2023 competition, I did the Battle of the Bars in Wingate, and I was a favorite. I was on one of the main events, and it was me versus this kid from Jersey, and I knew I was gonna smoke this kid. And going into it, like I said, my confidence was so high that I didn't even really train for the routine. The routine was 25 weighted pull-ups with the 45, 25 weighted dips with the 45, 25 body weight pull-ups, 25 body weight dips, and then 25 muscle-ups. Obviously, as fast as you can, right? Because we're going one-on-one against each other. When I was training for it, I knew my muscle-ups were so strong, but I also had my confidence was so high. Like my training was very lackadaisical, right? Like I never really trained for the competition. Competition day comes, I smoked them through the weighted sets, and then the muscle up comes, and I did not know how to kip. I only knew how to do clean muscle ups at this point. My kipping was out the game, and they didn't have a form standard on the muscle up. So muscle ups come, I'm on the muscle up bar before him, and I go to do that first muscle up, and I fail on it. And I know once you fail on a muscle up when you're super fatigued, it's bad.
Mm-hmm.
Like it takes time to recover. And then I
Mm-hmm.
see him get on the bar, and he's fucking legging, fucking swinging, and I'm like, fuck, I don't even remember how to kip, bro. My muscle ups are always so clean, and I didn't have the clean reps in me. And I remember, like, by the time I got five, he was like at 15, and I'm like, yo, he has 10 more, I got 20 more. I'm like, he's gonna get me right here. And I was fucking 32 at the time, right? He was fucking like 20, 21. And I remember when I was 21 going, and that's when I was winning competitions. I was like 22, 23. I'm like, I was going up against the old kids that I would watch, and I was beating them. I'm like, I know how it is to be young and hungry and be and be unstoppable at that point. So he got me there too. The young cat beat me, and then that was probably, I think that was COVID or right before COVID. That might have been 2019. 'Cause I don't know if people were masked up in the park or not. They might have been. It might have been 2020, but
Bro,
yeah, then 2023, like I said, I hired Matt Zlat in 22. He coached me for the weighted competition, and that was my last comp. But I just got reached out by my boy Will, he was the strongest at the time in middleweight, and he's probably one of the strongest pullers in New York, strongest dippers in New York. What's his fucking name? Well, his name's William Satianga, but his Instagram is like, I can't coach. I don't know. Maybe you know him, maybe you don't. But he's got the fro. He's a young cat too, though. He's much younger than me. He's probably still in his 20s, and but he's super strong. So he's judging now, and he hit me up like a few weeks ago. He's like, "Yo, you want to compete in the one in April?" I'm like, "I'll let you know." But I've been training on my own low key. I've been training. If you've been watching, I've been training weighted dips and weighted pulls again.
Yeah, I saw you. You mentioned it in a recent video that you sort of changed up your training because you're gonna jump in on it. It's in April,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. It's in April. So my weighted dips now. So when I was working with Zlat, like I said, I was at 175 and 176 competition day, but my weighted dip got up to 200, right? And I know now, like right now, I'm probably weighing like 163 light, maybe 165, and which is where my body weight should be, right? I have much more definition. I'm lighter. I can move better, and the way I'm dipping now, the way I'm moving weight now, like I wasn't even moving it that easy when I was training with him. So I'm not worried about my dips. My dips, I know I could probably push them back up to 200 on competition day easily. It's my pull. My pull's always been weak, and again, it's I don't got force. I don't get as much force output because this elbow's fucked up, and people are gonna judge my form. But I remember when I competed in 2023, I'm like, yo, bro, do not judge my right side. Only watch me from the left because I'm going to be locked out fully on the left, but my right's going to look like it's fucking not locked out, right? Even at the dip, right? So judge my fucking left side. And they
Hey,
did. They did.
I don't mean to cut you off, but it's being you talking about that. I know exactly what you're saying. Number one, I saw that because I'm keen to it because a few years back when I was doing pull-ups, I don't know if a tendon or whatever, but my right arm doesn't straighten completely out. Right?
Yeah, it's common.
Yeah. So I was watching one of your videos the other day, and when you were coming down, maybe you were doing a weighted muscle up or whatever you were doing, or pull up, but I caught it. I'm like, his right arm isn't straightening out. There must be something wrong. Because your left arm was perfectly straight, but there was that slight bend in the right arm. And it's noticeable.
And honestly, that was like a confidence killer for me too. Because if you look at me doing muscle ups now, like with my shirt off, so now it's not so. I guess because I'm leaner, I guess it doesn't show the imbalance as much, right? But like in terms of, so because this elbow doesn't ever lock out, my right shoulder is always rolled forward, right? Because my tricep doesn't always get full engagement, right? So at lockout, my right shoulder, it never gets rolled back. So if I'm on top of the muscle up bar, I look kind of like sloppy and like lopsided. And it would just almost like kill my confidence a little bit. Like, damn, I don't even look good doing this shit no more. Only film my left side from now on, right? Because my pop's my cameraman, right? So he's retired, so he films me. I train him too. Whenever I train, he trains with me. And
he usually makes an appearance in the. He
makes he makes
cameo
cameos. Yeah,
videos,
exactly. So I'm like, yo, just film my left side from now on. But like now, it's like it's not even. My elbow's still fucked up, but my form it looks a little better now that I guess because I have more. I'm leaner. I have more definition. But I remember when I had the body fat and I was a little more puffy. Like it looked even worse. Like I would look like I was on top of the bar like this, and it just didn't look good to me, right? So I'm like, damn, who the fuck is gonna want to watch this shit or take advice? They're gonna think I'm doing fake reps or sloppy reps, right? But like I said, but I'm feeling stronger than I ever have right now in terms of like preparation. I'm 38, like I said. I mean, my nutrition's super dialed in right now. I take NAD, which has been a fucking nice game changer in terms of like energy production. And I was on BPC 157 for a few months, which was really helping the elbow. So like when I was competing in 2023, even me, like I said, I was heavier. I was 176. when I would load up that weight or I would hang from that bar, like I would have pain in my elbow, like inflammation. But that's also mainly, I know it's diet related too. Like I know a lot of foods cause inflammation in my body. That's why I don't fuck with gluten. I don't fuck with grains really. I'll eat a little bit of I'll eat white rice as my main grain, if anything. But
Now
yeah. So
the NAD, right? That I know about. That's pretty popular and all. But the other one you mentioned, BPC 157.
BPC 157. Yeah, I mean that's one of the most popular peptides, right? They'll call it the Wolverine peptide because it's known to rejuvenate. It regenerates and repairs tissue, tendons, ligaments. Like literally, let's just say you had surgery arbitrarily. Let's just say you had fucking Achilles surgery on your fucking Achilles, and Achilles is a bad injury. But there's people that I know that take it. If they start shooting the BPC near the Achilles, it speeds up the recovery time almost like 3 times you'll recover as fast, right? So when I'm on the BPC, like I have no pain in my fucking elbows. My joints feel fucking amazing. So I'm just off it right now, just because I always like to take breaks from thing, right? So I don't want my body to get so used to it. So I'm actually gonna probably I got to get back on it before competition. So I'll probably start getting back on it around February-ish. But now I'm using. So I was initially just using straight BPC 157, which is the known Wolverine stack. But then there's always advancements and things come out. So now you get a blend of BPC 157 and TB 500, which is thymosin beta. So TB 500 and thymosin beta come as a joint peptide now, which is now like the Wolverine stack. So those two combined, it's supposed to be because they call it the Wolverine stack because Wolverine when he would get hurt he would regenerate quick, right? So that's why they call it that. And it really is a fucking game changer. Like I put a lot of my clients onto it, and everyone that uses it, it's like their pain goes away almost, really really fast.
You take it, or how do you apply it? I
Inject.
never heard of these things, bro. I'm like
And
really
so
intrigued.
they'll make it in pill form, but you got to
Uh,
inject it. Injecting it is the
mm,
best way. It's not a SARM. It's not like a select angelin receptor, so it's not banned. You ain't gonna get. It's not gonna come up on a drug test or anything. It doesn't take away your natty card, so I'm still natty. I'm still natural, 100%. And NAD too. NAD I injected too, but I mean naturally you could go to a clinic, one of those fucking clinics where they do the IV drips, and they're gonna charge you a couple $100 for an NAD drip. But I just get the fucking injections monthly. I get the monthly fucking injections sent to me, and I just shoot myself fucking. And NAD, like that's in our mitochondria, right? That's the power. It's almost like the powerhouse of our cells. And as we age, it naturally declines. So if it's literally amazing for longevity. It helps you with recovery. It helps you with energy. So like I said, especially if you're training hard, naturally you're gonna recover even. Your body's ability to recover is gonna be dampened. The harder you train, the older you get. So that's just like a fucking rejuvenation life boost, honestly, for me. And it works. I have a lot of clients that take it too, and they all love it.